Alright, I think we are good. Welcome. If you didn't hear the first part of that, I was searching for a way to do borderless window so that I could easily go back and forth without having to alt-tab out. But apparently I do have to alt-tab out. So, welcome. Truckin' Thursdays here on the Game Vault podcast. I'm trying to see... let's see, why isn't the game audio coming through? 10-4, good buddy. Just trying to get game audio through. Here. So, let's see. No, that's not going to do that. Okay. Stop audio. Okay. It might be because I am in here, so let's... There we go. We are good. Alright, let me take a drink here. And then we can head out on the road. We are level 15. Like I said, we're doing a quick job to the Port Angeles in Washington, which, let's pull up the map here so you can see. We're going to Port Angeles. I tried to find something in Bellingham, but I couldn't, so we'll go to Port Angeles, and then we'll see if we can start a trip from there to New Mexico and try to do the longest job we possibly can. So, if you got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Nope, that is not a new truck. We upgraded this truck, so it does look a little different than last time. So, yeah, I'm looking to get some decals. I got to figure out how to do that. There's our license plate, it's 42069. So, let's get started. That's the only license plate number it could be. Alright, so we're taking some wheel loaders from Salem to Port Angeles. Let me just double check something real fast. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we had our cargo before I started driving. So, hope everyone is still coming down from that great Sony press conference where they actually showed gameplay. You know, maybe it doesn't entice you to buy a PS5, but at least they showed you something. It wasn't like the Xbox One where it was, you know, a bunch of just pre-rendered stuff, so that was good to see. I was most excited to see Hitman 3. Oh, you're gonna let me out? Alright, thank you. And then he runs into my cargo. Idiot. So yeah, we're going to have lots of thoughts about that on the Game Vault pod next week. I can give you my surface level thoughts. I think the design of the console is ridiculous. I guess they were trying to go futuristic. Sony's always been very smooth is the word I'm trying to think of. You know, very sleek looking. This is, I guess it's supposed to be sleek, but I don't read it that way. Maybe it's just me. On its side, yeah, Tom just said, on its side, it looks like a Trapper Keeper falling apart. Yeah, there's already a lot of great memes and stuff going around the internet of people just putting two pieces of paper next to their routers and posting it as they have the PS5. Oh, why is my engine malfunctioning? Okay. Well, when we get to a service station, I'll take care of that. Yeah, I think I had pointed out to Tom on our side chat while watching it that this whole next generation is going to be about more about like the games, the exclusive games, and the features that separate them more than how much better a game looks on one over the other. Because I think they're all going to be pretty similar. You know. Demon Souls looks amazing. That's the only one I haven't played in the series. I'm not very good at Souls games, but I will probably play that game. But I think I will not buy a PS5 or Series X or whatever till a lot of those games are coming out in 2021 and 2022. So, right now I have the upgraded PC. I'm having a lot of fun playing, games that I've been wanting to play for years that are PC exclusive only, like a lot of my RTSs and 4X games and city builders and stuff like that. Yeah, and then really the only console exclusive I have coming up is, Last of Us 2. So. They've learned a lot over the years in terms of games, because, yeah, Demon Souls is rough from what I heard. No, you don't need a walkthrough. The only thing you probably... I think the only thing I ever looked up is if I had any questions about the little side thing called Mementos. I would just look up quick questions about, like, should I do Mementos and should I do it now, like stuff like that. And usually it's pretty good. But I didn't use a guide for that. And I didn't have a difficult time at all. I played on actual normal, didn't play on easy. Yeah, it's just essentially how much grinding you want to do. I think the only thing you might want to consider is maybe looking up how to... as you get into like the middle part of the game, just having the persona recipes bookmarked on your phone or something like that, just in case if you need a certain persona to finish a quest or something. Because it'll save you a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of money to just look up the formula than to just keep mashing things together. Yeah, the only thing I wouldn't be able to give you a heads up on Royal is any of the new character stuff. If there's anything different with her. Which I'm sure there is. Yeah, I'm on the fence about starting that up on the side. Yeah, the steelbook copy. Oh, it's so pretty. I think the thing that convinced me to get it was that it came with the free download for the theme, because I've had the Persona 5 theme, the original one, because I pre-ordered it for as long as that game's been out, and it's it's an instrumental version of one of the main themes, and this one is, I guess, the new Royal theme. I was not paying attention. We're gonna get towed. I was not paying attention. So you got me talking about Persona and I crash into a barrier. Yeah, all you gotta do is mention Persona, and ooh, I can sleep across the way. There we go. Alright, I didn't even get... I hit that car and I didn't even get a fine or any damage. Let's see, can I just pull in here? Alright, back on the road after I slept and smashed up my car. All right. God, I haven't even put my Modern Warfare disc back in to my Xbox to check what the update is. Jesus. I'm glad I don't play that as much as I was. And that wasn't even that much. But well, that's what next gen gaming's gonna be. Almost 200 gigs per game for the big ones. And it's gonna. I would imagine the big giant AAA games will be anywhere between 100 and 2. Alright. Now I see the red light this time. I like how they do the right thing and make these things indestructible. Yeah. That's true. I guess it does depend on the studio, because I'm curious to see what Last of Us 2 is, unless that's already been released. Because, you know, like, Red Dead was almost 100. I think Final Fantasy 15 eventually got up near 70 or 80. Modern Warfare is ridiculous. It'd be interesting to see what Naughty Dog does with what Last of Us 2 looks like. Yeah, I think the externals will be definitely needed if you are importing your PS4 or Xbox One libraries over. I don't know if right off the bat, if you're just using that console just for next gen, that you'll need those externals right away. But I think you will need it if you want to, whatever they're going to do with back compat for PS4 and Xbox One. If it just brings everything over, or only things they're still selling in the store, you know. Yeah, no problem. Enjoy Persona. They do a good job of opening at least the vanilla Persona, as all Persona games do. Get you right into what this game is going to be about. Alright. Yeah, this was going to be the quick job. And then I'll see if I can at least start on that long job to New Mexico. For those of you tuning in, I'm probably going to go until about 10. Hour and a half here. I do have to record They Call This a Movie tonight. So, we watched a wonderful film. That I'm sure, since we're a week ahead on everything, you'll find out on Twitter what it was. And I say that wonderful with sarcasm. Oh, listen to the podcast, Tom. Oh, this dog movie. It's... I still stand with the contention, and they agreed with me, that we could shoot a movie better than this movie. Oh, that was an exit. Is there a... Let's see. I'm so glad one of those was on the road. Cut my time back. Alright. Go back. Take my exit. That I missed. Alright. I had no idea where the turns were there because they were blocking me off the roads. And I didn't want to run in, so I'll take the 1% damage from hitting the sign. There they go. Alright. So we should be there in the next 5 minutes or so. Yeah, I think what I'm most intrigued about from this PlayStation thing is just the, you know, what the giant game of chicken that Xbox and or Microsoft and Sony are going to do over the next month about revealing price. I'll be highly interested to see, because having the old digital with no, you know, discless one That one's gotta be less than the one with the disk drive, because you have to give people a reason to go with the all digital. If they're the same price, it's useless. I was just upset they didn't announce NAC 3 today. Oh, there's too many trucks. Too many trucks. Oh. That's... Apparently there were 2 UPS workers delivering a package at 11:15 at night. Nah. Not yet. I got a feeling Rockstar paid Sony an awful lot of money to be at the front of this press conference. It's just also ridiculous that they're putting it out on its 3rd console. Which means, are they even working on 6? Do they even have to work on 6? Yeah, 3rd generation. That's probably the better terminology, yes. Oh, God. It's ridiculous. Like, do they have... They don't have to put out another Grand Theft Auto game. The only reason they would have to is if for some reason the graphical fidelity or something so surpasses what it currently looks like that it would just look ridiculous not to create an updated version. I hate that I'm stuck behind these trucks. Oh well, I'm gonna get some stuff knocked off. Fuck, at this point I don't care. I just want to deliver this and get it over with. I wasn't really caring about this one. So we're in Port Angeles, which means we're the most northwest you can go. You can still go more north. But this is the furthest west in terms of... Alright. Yes, I have. Just benchmarked it and all that. I haven't actually played it. It looks great. Like, it's kind of amazing. You know, I did the whole play it at highest settings on 1080. And it was running a smooth 60. I just want to make sure I didn't have to keep taking that left. Yeah, this is... It's been real cool to actually have a gaming PC. You know, I was on the fence about buying the Command & Conquer thing. But... And there we go. Successfully delivered to Port Angeles. Reasonable. That's because that fucking truck hit my car. I'll take it. Alright, let's see. What is the... Holy shit. Let's, Ooh. That Clovis, New Mexico. Yeah, let's take that. Going to be a cool 1,900 miles and 35-hour drive. Let's say we do it. Oh, come on. go pick up this job. Oh, that's not the gate out. Alright. We are definitely not finishing this trip today. So, I'm hoping they don't void the job out. When we come back next week. But we'll see how far we can get. Oh, excuse me. You do not have to eat. You do have to sleep, though. Hold on 1 second. Oh, God. The dangers of not having push to talk on is that I could not mute those sneezes. So I apologize. Alright, let's go pick this up. Let's do it. I don't know if it's exactly worth the money we're getting for it, but oh, there we go. We are taking a boat. Let's get the overhead going. Well, I knew I was turning the right way. Alright. Let's take this boat to New Mexico. I guess there's a lake? Guess we'll find out. Yeah, you, just to answer your question from earlier, Tom, you do, sleep in the truck. You sort of pull over at designated rest areas. Keep an eye on the little guy in the bed there. I probably have to find a gas station. Alright, world map. Let's zoom in. Yes, I'll pass the gas station down there. Alright. We're good. I should make it with that fuel. Fuck it, I'm just burning this red light. Be a lot better not lose my speed. I'll take $1,400 in fines. If that means I won't run out of gas. Yeah, so this trip is getting me about 90 grand. So... yeah, 90,000. I think if we, like, figured it out money-wise, it'd probably be better to take a bunch of short jobs. I would probably get those done faster and get more money. Like taking high valuable cargo shorter distances. But I had set a goal that I want to do at least 1 or 2 full across the map trips. So this one's from Port Angeles to Clovis, New Mexico. So, and that's one of the as far east locations on the map as you can get from the most northwest location on the map. So that is my goal for this. It's the only reason I'm taking this job. And then I'm going to see if there's a job from Clovis, where we're going, to the most northern city in Washington. Or from Clovis to the city just north of it, and then see if that one has sort of like daisy chain. So far, it's been a nice, relaxing stream. Yeah, I'm sitting here. It's a nice, cool 80 degrees in my room, which is a change from most of these Thursdays. Okay, I'm risking it. Go, 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 go. Nope, high beams are staying on. You can blink at me all you want, guys. That's true. I probably won't clear 90, just because I got to pay for gas coming up. And I'll probably have to do that at least twice. But still, anywhere in the 80s, yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. It is a 35-hour drive, so. Another single lane. Hey, don't get me wrong, I love driving too, so I agree with you. But from a strict, I think I mentioned this earlier, from a strict business perspective, probably not the best drive. I could probably do shorter drives that can make me 30 grand and get 4 or 5 of them done in the same amount of time it's going to take me to do this one drive. Gas station soon. Oh, is this one of those where I have to break through the traffic? Can I thread the needle? Okay. 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 I have to go here. Yeah! Look at that. Yeah. Well, I have my own truck. This is my truck. That's one of the reasons I run out of gas. Because I keep forgetting how to fill up my own truck. Here, go to that gas station. Big, beautiful gas station that I can see. Alright, getting some gas. Alright. $600 worth of gas. I was just gonna say, I probably should sleep here. Yeah, I don't think I could be a long haul trucker. You know, just give me the East Coast or something like that. Or wherever my base of operations are. Like if I live on the West Coast, I'd want to just stay out there. Alright, back on the road. We'll have to get gas at some point. Again. Yeah, so, thank you for joining me here. Got about a half hour or so left here. Probably a little over a half hour. We're currently driving from technically the most northwest point on the map, Port Angeles, Washington, down to one of the most southeastern parts of the map, Clovis, New Mexico. And for some reason, we are taking a boat to New Mexico. I just deliver what they give me. I don't ask questions. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this game would have legs for years if they just want to keep adding states and people will pay for them. I mean, I would dumbly pay for every single state. So as long as they can make money off the $12 a map, I can't wait to be able to drive through Tennessee. I would immediately make sure my guy could drive long enough to go from somewhere on the West Coast to somewhere on the East Coast. Just to see what that looks like gameplay-wise. There's been so many times with all the, shit that's been going on in our country and, the pandemic and, the normal stresses of work and family stuff, that I've just been thinking, like, I just want to get in my car and just drive somewhere. Like, I don't know. The only destination that's far enough away that I would be like, okay, would be just taking a ride to, like, State College. Just do those 3.5 hours. Eat it somewhere that I'd love to eat at there, and then turn around and go back home. Like, I feel like that would calm me down. Like these streams do. If I'm ever feeling anxious, I can throw on Truck Simulator, talk to you guys, and sort of, just let it go away for the 1.5 hours, 2 hours that I'm here. I'm assuming you're the same boat as me, Tom, but it's just like, even as crazy as that idea sounds to just drive to that location, yours being Pittsburgh, mine being like State College or something, and then just turning around and driving back after being there an hour and just being like, yep, I'll do that. I would definitely do that. Sounds kind of crazy. to people that don't like the drive. Yeah, there we go. Probably want to turn my high beams off. And my lights in general, especially 3:54 in the afternoon. And one of the best things that makes those drives easier nowadays is the ability to just put on a podcast. Like, it used to be music. Like, I had a specific couple of CDs. Remember CDs, guys? Like mixed CDs, burnt CDs. Remember when you used to do that too? When I did my trips to North Carolina. Dude, I know I'm speeding. You can't just trail me and constantly give me speeding tickets. I make enough money that I'm gonna let it happen, but... I mean, theoretically, your iTunes playlist, you know, if you just hit shuffle, is just one giant mixtape. So the only thing you're missing is the physical holding, you know, of a disc or something. Yeah, I want me to go up here. Okay. Oh, I could have just... I missed that there was a turnoff. Now I gotta sit here and wait. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but it does look like they have the Greyhound buses on the mod that I have downloaded. That's nice. I'm gonna get a wrong way ticket, I know it, but I want to get in front of all this bullshit. Come on, just one more to pass. Yeah, fuck you. How didn't that cop hit me with a speeding ticket? The other asshole hit me for 2. I think we're at least making our way through Oregon right now. Yeah. With this just being a multi-part drive, I may call this at 9:45, just so I get a little more time to prepare for the podcast. You know, running a good hour 10. You know, it's good when you're alone and everybody's just chilling. I don't know if I've ever driven through here during the day, but it's beautiful with all the trees. I did 76 miles an hour for a while there without needing to stop. As we come up on the final 5 minutes here, if you've got any questions in chat or anything about, the PS5 thing that went today, American Truck Simulator in general, anything about Game Ball Pod, feel free, just throw it in the chat. I should be able to read it. You just got some idiot that doesn't know how to turn up here, so we're all stuck. Yeah, it started to. The roads have started to fill up in Philly again. But don't worry, the second wave's coming, right? I still can't believe the next Tuesday will be 3 months since to the day since my job went strict work from home. That day was kind of surreal. But we're slowly but surely getting back to the office. God, no wonder why this job's going to take like 40 hours. Taking me through city traffic. No, I already started turning. So. Alright, back on the road. I'll wait till I get on a highway or something. A little more open. Or if there's like a rest area nearby, I'll pull into that. Lumberjack the Musical. That's pretty good. Alright. I just want to get back on the highway. There we go. Let me pull over. Alright, well, that's going to do it for the stream tonight. Thank you all for stopping by. I'll just save this game. So, do the quick outro here. We have our podcast, Stranger Damies, airs every Wednesday. iTunes, Google Play, strangerdamies.podbean.com. And then we have They Call This a Movie every Thursday. That's theycallthisamovie.podbean.com. We just released one today for Love on a Leash, which may be the most god-awful movie we've ever watched and will ever watch. So just listen to our podcast, don't actually watch the movie. And then we have Game Vault Pod every other Monday, so not this Monday. Next Monday will be the next episode, but we did release one on Monday where we talked about our arcade memories and picked our retro roulette game, which you can play along as well, which was WrestleMania 2000. And as we found out from our stream on Monday, it is a lot harder than we remember. But then again, all those old games are hard because there's not much forgiveness to them. So, and our streaming schedule, I am here every Thursday for Truckin' Thursdays. I think Wednesdays might end up being a multiplayer night. We're currently playing through Destiny with the Space Cowboys series. And, you know, we have Friday Night Fright Fest, which is tomorrow. And then on days when we record the podcast on Friday nights, we do Saturday Night Scream Fest, or whatever it's called. So we play Dead by Daylight on those nights. This Sunday will be Civilization 6. I'm trying to finish up that game that me and Dan are playing multiplayer. So be sure to look out for that. I'm hoping at some point soon we will have the schedule below the stream here, so you guys can stay up to date with all that. There's definitely 3 shows that'll always happen: Retro Roulette, Truckin' Thursdays, and Jen's whichever night for Dead by Daylight. Everything else is up in the air until we can solidify or get a little more consistency with those. So once again, thank you guys for joining me. I will be back with Jenny tomorrow to play Dead by Daylight. I hope you will join us. But, forgot Alt-Tab. I gotta set up my hotkeys. But for now, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next time.